Competition. It dominates the way most businesses think. Companies fight for market share, cutting prices, adding features, and imitating one another. This endless struggle takes place in what the authors of Blue Ocean Strategy call red oceans markets, crowded with rivals, stained by the metaphorical blood of cutthroat competition. But W. Chan Kim and Renée Mauborgne argue that there is a better way. Instead of competing in red oceans, businesses should seek blue oceans, untapped market spaces, where they can create new demand, set their own rules, and make the competition irrelevant. Welcome to 10-Minute Books, the channel where we break down the world's most powerful books into practical lessons you can absorb in just 10 minutes. Today, we're exploring Blue Ocean Strategy, a book about breaking out of the trap of competition and creating new opportunities for growth. Let's dive in. Red Oceans versus Blue Oceans. The book begins by contrasting red oceans with blue oceans. In a red ocean, companies fight over existing demand. Think of airlines competing over the same routes, slashing prices and charging fees, or smartphone makers endlessly copying each other's features. The result is shrinking profit margins and a race to the bottom. Blue oceans, by contrast, are markets that don't yet exist or haven't been fully explored. Instead of fighting rivals, you create your own space. Instead of competing for existing demand, you generate new demand. Cirque du Soleil is a famous example. Instead of competing with traditional circuses, it combined theatre, dance, and music to create an entirely new form of entertainment. It attracted an adult audience willing to pay higher prices, a market the traditional circus had ignored. The core idea: value innovation. At the heart of Blue Ocean Strategy is the concept of value innovation. This means creating products or services that simultaneously increase value for customers while lowering costs for the company. It's not about being the cheapest or the most luxurious. It's about breaking the trade-off between value and cost. Southwest Airlines provides a classic example. Instead of copying other airlines, it focused on short, direct flights with low fares and quick turnarounds. It eliminated extras like in-flight meals and seat assignments, but delivered speed, simplicity, and affordability. By redefining what customers valued, Southwest created its own blue ocean in air travel. The 4 Actions Framework. Kim and Mauborgne introduce a tool called the 4 Actions Framework to help companies design blue oceans. It asks 4 key questions. 1. Which factors should be eliminated that the industry takes for granted? 2. Which factors should be reduced well below the industry standard? 3. Which factors should be raised well above the industry standard? 4. Which factors should be created that the industry has never offered? Cirque du Soleil used this framework brilliantly. It eliminated expensive animal acts and star performers. It reduced concessions and traditional circus elements. It raised the artistic quality, the music, and the storytelling. And it created something entirely new: a theatrical circus for adults. The Strategy Canvas. Another tool is the Strategy Canvas. This is a simple chart that compares the factors competitors invest in. By plotting your industry's profile, you can see where everyone is competing and where opportunities for differentiation lie. A blue ocean company's profile looks dramatically different, not just slightly better. Case studies and examples. The book is filled with case studies. Nintendo's Wii is one example. Instead of fighting Sony and Microsoft over graphics power, Nintendo created motion control gaming that appealed to families, seniors, and casual players. The result was a massive new market that competitors had ignored. Yellowtail Wine is another. Instead of competing with traditional wineries on prestige, complexity, and aging, it simplified wine, made it approachable, colourful, and fun, targeting beer and cocktail drinkers who never bought wine before. Yellowtail became one of the fastest growing wine brands in history, overcoming barriers. Kim and Mauborgne also addressed the barriers to creating blue oceans. People often resist change. Companies fear leaving the safety of known markets. But the authors argue that the greatest risk is staying in red oceans, where profits shrink and survival becomes harder. Blue oceans require courage, but they offer long-term growth and sustainability. The sequence of blue ocean strategy. The authors outline a sequence for building a blue ocean strategy. First, focus on buyer utility. Is your offering truly useful? Second, set a strategic price, one that attracts mass buyers. Third, target costs. Can you deliver at a profit? Fourth, address adoption hurdles. Can customers and partners embrace the change? By following this sequence, you avoid creating products that are innovative but impractical. Redefining boundaries. Blue ocean strategy often comes from redefining industry boundaries. Ask yourself, who are the non-customers? Why don't they buy from this industry? What alternatives do they use? By answering these questions, you can find hidden demand. For example, Starbucks didn't just sell coffee, it created a third place between home and work, turning coffee into an experience. This attracted people who weren't interested in traditional diners or coffee shops. Application beyond business. Although the book focuses on companies, the principles apply to individuals too. In careers, most people compete in red oceans, chasing the same jobs, skills, and promotions. A blue ocean career strategy means finding unique ways to combine skills, pursue niches, or create opportunities others overlook. For example, someone with both coding and storytelling skills might create educational games, a space where they face little competition. Good strategy versus bad strategy. Kim and Mauborgne emphasize that blue ocean strategy is not about reckless risk-taking. It's not about chasing every new idea or abandoning discipline. Bad strategy is jumping into markets without understanding demand or costs. Good strategy balances creativity with focus, innovation with discipline. The big takeaway. The central message of blue ocean strategy is clear. Stop fighting in red oceans. Instead of trying to beat the competition, make the competition irrelevant by creating new market space. Value innovation, raising what matters, reducing what doesn't, and creating what's missing is the key to lasting success. Cirque du Soleil, Southwest Airlines, Nintendo Wii, and Yellowtail all prove that blue oceans exist, waiting to be discovered. The choice is whether to keep bleeding in the red ocean or to sail into the blue. So, what's the big question for you? Are you competing in a crowded red ocean, or are you ready to create your own blue ocean? That was Blue Ocean Strategy by W. Chan Kim and Renée Mauborgne, broken down in under 15 minutes. Which example do you find most inspiring? Cirque du Soleil, Southwest Airlines, Nintendo Wii, or Yellowtail Wine? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't compete, create.